Hatred will destroy oneself. Dayform Buddha. October 10, 2006. First, let me declare that I am selfish. I lack virtue and care only about how I can ascend to the heavenly kingdom. Everything else is governed and arranged by the Tao, and I have no interest in concerning myself with it. Because I am selfish, I strive to accumulate merits and treasures in the heavenly kingdom. By doing so, I can enjoy the ultimate bliss of life in heaven. Establishing the era of Lifechanyuan for humanity, inspiring people to revere the greatest creator, life, and nature, and walking in the way of the greatest creator will earn me the creator's favor. Nature will nurture me, and all life will care for me. This is life's greatest transaction, exchanging a finite existence for infinite life and unparalleled returns. Such a deal is not one I would ever pass up. Because I am selfish, I honor my parents, care for my siblings, raise my children conscientiously, and repay all debts. I strive to live a life without regrets so I can transcend the human world and no longer reincarnate. All debts must be repaid, whether they are owed to nature, parents, children, spouses, friends, neighbors, or strangers. As long as debts remain unpaid in the human world, I cannot ascend to the heavenly kingdom and will be forced to reincarnate to repay them. Because I am selfish, I aim to burn as brightly as I can. Even if I must eat dry grass, I wish to produce milk. Even if I must drink dirty water, I aspire to exude the fragrance of wine. This is not for the sake of others but to ensure my own inner peace. By doing so, regardless of my circumstances, my heart remains calm, free from fear and anxiety. Because I am selfish, I avoid harming animals or destroying their habitats. To harm them is to sow the seeds of disaster. Benefiting at their expense creates a debt. I do not wish to owe animals and risk being reborn into their realm to repay that debt. Because I am selfish, I seek to collect the gems of the human world, the Chanyuan celestials. They are treasures, and I wish to bring them to the heavenly kingdom. With their presence, my life environment becomes beautiful, and I can enjoy boundless joy. Do not think I serve others, everything I do is ultimately for my own benefit. Because I am selfish, I no longer harbor hatred toward anyone. One day, while standing before a mirror, I noticed that when I was happy, my reflection appeared beautiful. When I was filled with hatred, however, the reflection became ugly and repulsive. Celestials in the heavenly kingdom are all beautiful. If I am ugly, there will be no place for me in heaven. Outward ugliness mirrors inner flaws, reflecting the non-material imperfections of one's life structure. Therefore, I resolutely reject hatred. If my life is filled with hardships, if I am deceived or bullied, it is not the fault of others but the result of my life trajectory, my destiny. I do not seek revenge, bear grudges, or blame others. This is not out of consideration for others but to preserve the perfection of my own life structure. To harbor hatred is to destroy oneself. Because I am selfish, I choose to love others. Love is inexhaustible. It does not create debts, rather, it makes others indebted to me. Debts owed to me must eventually be repaid. While I strive not to owe anyone, I aim to have others owe me. In doing so, my life space expands and grows more beautiful. The more lives owe me, the more glorious and harmonious my existence becomes. The wisdom of the greatest creator lies here, all life in the universe is indebted to him, and thus, all follow him alone. Because I am selfish, I no longer form bonds with worldly mortals. The suffering of worldly people is endless, and connecting with them means inheriting their boundless pain. Life is fleeting, so I choose to associate with sages and form connections with bodhisattvas, angels, celestials, and Buddhas. When they ascend to the heavenly kingdom, our bonds will guide me there as well. Because I am selfish, I work diligently. Why? Because life is impermanent, and its final station can arrive at any moment. By preparing everything in advance, I can step into my next life journey without regret, avoiding the sorrow of looking back and turning into a pillar of salt, tormented by regret for millennia. I do not blame anyone for harming me, wasting my youth, or causing me to endure hardships. If life was bitter, it was my own doing, and I deserved it. I never claimed to do anything for others, not for your good. No. Everything I do is for myself. I love you, but not for your sake, it is for mine. I help you, but not for your sake, it is for me. I dedicate myself to you, but not for your sake, it is to fulfill my own purpose. Do not call me noble. Do not praise me for being selfless or contributing to humanity. Do not claim that I have sacrificed for my nation, ethnicity, society, family, or others. I have not, and I will not. Everything I do is for myself, because I am selfish.